Is it true that humans are ultimately slaves to their genes? Is the function of human society only to serve genes and ensure their eternal survival? In the game of ultimatum, my answer is no. Let me first introduce you to a game designed by German economic psychologist Professor Goss on selfishness and altruism. The game is called Ultimatum. In this game, the psychologist gives two university students a sum of money. One of the students is responsible for proposing a plan for dividing the money, that is, he must propose an initiative on how to divide the money appropriately. The other student must decide whether or not to accept the proposal, playing the role of a responder. If the proposal is accepted, the psychologist will distribute the money according to their proposal. If it is rejected, the psychologist will take back the money and neither of them will get a penny. As you may know, economics assumes that people are rational. In theory, people will obtain the maximum return at the lowest cost. In this scenario, the rational choice should be that no matter what the plan for dividing the money is, the second student should accept it because the money is given for free and it is better than getting nothing. Therefore, as long as the amount of money given to him is not zero, accepting the proposal is his best choice. But the fact is not so. This study found that when the amount of money given to the responder in the distribution plan is less than 16% of the total amount, the responder will reject the proposal. He will sacrifice himself so that the proposer will not get a penny. This shows that beyond profit, there are more things that we value and are willing to pay for. In this scenario, it is fairness. So, if the same game is played by animals, what will be the result? Do animals value fairness? Experiments have shown that our close relatives, chimpanzees, do not value fairness as much as humans do. No matter what the distribution plan proposed by the proposer is, the responder chimpanzee rarely refuses, even if the distribution plan is extremely unfair to it. Therefore, returning to the previous question, are we humans only slaves to our genes? I don't think so. As biological beings, our behavior is still constrained by biological needs and instincts, so we are busy and fighting for survival and reproduction. However, when the responder rejects the distribution plan, when religious believers choose celibacy and never marry, when revolutionaries choose to sacrifice themselves and swear not to betray in the face of money and beauty, the biological law dominated by genes is no longer effective. By giving up genetic transmission and reproduction for faith, at this moment, humans have freed themselves from genetic control and firmly grasped the control of evolution by nature in our own hands. Meme, the cornerstone of culture and social civilization. So, what is the new law that dominates our human society? What kind of law can explain abstinence, asceticism, worship and sacrifice to gods, diverse artworks, various internet languages, and ever-changing consumer fashion, these unique features of human society? The author of The Selfish Gene, Dawkins, created a new word corresponding to gene, meme. Some scholars translate it as meme. This new word has been included in the Oxford English Dictionary, referring to the basic unit of social culture and civilization that is transmitted and reproduced through non-genetic means. Genes exist in the nucleus of cells in living organisms. Memes exist in our brains in the form of stories, art designs, music, beliefs, scientific theories, recipes, and so on. When we come up with a new idea, we create a new meme. When we tell this idea to others, we spread this meme. Therefore, memes are constantly being created, transmitted, and reproduced, and are constantly being extinguished. Good memes are spread everywhere and eventually preserved, while ineffective memes quickly disappear, so survival of the fittest. Not all memes are worth spreading, of course. Memes that pursue material civilization and economic development lead to global warming, environmental pollution, and the destruction of the environment we rely on for survival. Memes of religious hatred and racial discrimination cause conflicts and wars, causing casualties far greater than the threat of viruses or famine to human civilization. However, in the face of these memes, we are not powerless like we are with genes. There are memes of environmental protection and peace that are restraining these harmful memes.